Yes. I think I've just killed him, Mr. Dollar.
I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, John.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Deadly Doubt matter. Expense account item 1, $1.80, cab from my hotel to the apartment of Everett Reed on East 67th. Carol Carson was waiting for me at the door. She looked sort of dazed as she pointed to a body on the floor.
He's dead, Mr. Dollar.
Everett Reed, let's see.
Yes. This is his apartment.
You said over the phone you thought you'd kill him. Well, he's dead, all right.
That's not what I meant. I meant I thought I was the one who killed him. I'm not sure.
Oh?
I don't know. Doesn't seem to matter. He's dead. I guess that's all that matters. He's dead.
Come on, now, get hold of yourself, Carol.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm not making much sense. I feel sort of funny, lightheaded.
All right, yeah. Better sit down.
Thanks.
Now, why don't you start at the beginning?
All right. I came to see Everett tonight about 11 o'clock, I guess.
He was a friend of yours?
No.